Have you ever wondered why football fans still talk about Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi as if they were more than just football players? Why, after all these years, the debate continues? Why millions of people still argue about who was better? The answer is simple. Football has seen great players before, and it will see great players again. But what happened with Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi was different. It was something football had never experienced before and may never experience again. For more than 15 years, these two men stood at the top of the sport, pushing each other to impossible heights. Every goal, every trophy, every record, every Ballon d'Or became part of a rivalry that changed football forever. The truth is that Ronaldo versus Messi wasn't just a rivalry between two footballers. It was a once-in-a-lifetime event that may never happen again. Long before the Ballon d'Ors, the Champions League finals, and the endless social media debates, there were two young boys growing up in completely different parts of the world. Cristiano Ronaldo was growing up in Madeira, Portugal, dreaming of escaping a difficult life through football. Lionel Messi was growing up in Rosario, Argentina, quietly developing a level of talent that few people had ever seen. Their journeys could not have been more different. Ronaldo's path was built on discipline, obsession, sacrifice, and relentless hard work. Messi's path seemed to be guided by natural genius, creativity, and an understanding of football that felt almost supernatural. One looked like the perfect athlete. The other looked like the perfect footballer. Yet somehow, both were heading toward the same destination. As Ronaldo developed at Sporting CP and later Manchester United, he transformed himself into a machine. Every weakness became a strength. Every criticism became motivation. Every setback became fuel. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, Ronaldo evolved from a talented young winger into one of the most dangerous players in world football. At the same time, Messi was becoming the heart of Barcelona. His dribbling, vision, passing, and ability to glide past defenders made him look different from everyone else. Football fans knew they were watching special players. What they didn't know was that they were watching the beginning of the greatest rivalry in sports history. By 2008, Cristiano Ronaldo had become the best player in the world. He won the Ballon d'Or after an incredible season with Manchester United. Many believed football had found its next king. Then came Messi. In 2009, Messi produced one of the greatest individual seasons football had ever seen. Barcelona conquered Europe, and Messi became unstoppable. Suddenly, football wasn't witnessing one superstar. It was witnessing two. Two players capable of becoming the greatest footballer in history. Two players entering their prime at exactly the same time. Two players ready to compete for every trophy, every award, and every piece of football immortality. Everything changed when Ronaldo joined Real Madrid in 2009. Football's biggest rivalry suddenly became even bigger. Real Madrid versus Barcelona was already one of the most famous fixtures in sports. But now it had Ronaldo and Messi. Every El Clasico became must-watch television. Every match felt like a final. Hundreds of millions of people tuned in from around the world. Fans weren't just watching Barcelona and Real Madrid. They were watching Messi and Ronaldo. Every touch of the ball mattered. Every goal mattered. Every mistake mattered. The pressure was enormous, yet somehow both players seemed to thrive under it. What made this rivalry so unique was that they constantly forced each other to improve. Most players dominate an era because they are better than everyone around them. Ronaldo and Messi dominated because they refused to let the other pull ahead. If Ronaldo scored 40 goals, Messi wanted 50. If Messi scored 50, Ronaldo wanted 60. If Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or, Messi wanted the next one. If Messi lifted a Champions League trophy, Ronaldo wanted to respond immediately. It became an endless cycle of greatness. They pushed each other beyond limits that nobody thought were possible. Without Messi, Ronaldo may never have reached the numbers he achieved. Without Ronaldo, Messi may never have reached the numbers he achieved. They were rivals, but they were also the reason each other became even greater. As the years passed, the statistics became ridiculous. Goals that once seemed impossible became normal. Hat-tricks became expected. Records disappeared almost every season. Football fans became so used to greatness that they stopped appreciating how extraordinary it really was. Imagine scoring 50 goals in a season and still wondering if it would be enough. Imagine winning major trophies and still worrying that someone else might have had a better year. That was life during the Ronaldo-Messi era. Felt like a race for immortality. Every season felt like another chapter in a story that kept getting bigger. The Ballon d'Or battles became one of the defining features of their rivalry. Year after year, football's most prestigious individual award seemed reserved for only two players: Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Other world-class players emerged during this period. Neymar, Luis Suarez, Robert Lewandowski, Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, and many others produced incredible performances. In another era, some of them might have dominated world football, but they were competing during the age of Ronaldo and Messi, an age where greatness wasn't enough, an age where perfection sometimes wasn't enough. That's how high the standards had become. What made the rivalry even more fascinating was how different they were. Ronaldo represented discipline, hard work, athleticism, ambition, and determination. Messi represented creativity, vision, imagination, balance, and football intelligence. Ronaldo looked like a player who had built himself through years of relentless effort. Messi looked like a player who had been born with gifts nobody else possessed. One overwhelmed opponents physically, the other overwhelmed opponents mentally. One dominated the air, the other dominated the ground. One was power, the other was magic. Because they were so different, there was never a clear answer to the debate. Fans could always find reasons to support either side. And that's exactly why the rivalry never died. Then there was the Champions League, football's biggest stage, the place where legends are created. Time and time again, Ronaldo and Messi delivered when the lights were brightest. Whenever one produced a historic performance, the other seemed determined to answer. One would score a hat-trick. The other would create a moment of brilliance. Records were broken almost every season. What made it remarkable wasn't just the quality of their performances, it was the consistency. They didn't do it once or twice. They did it for more than a decade. Perhaps the most unbelievable part of the rivalry was longevity. Football history is full of players who dominated for a few years. Very few remain at the top for 10 years. Almost nobody remains there for 15. Yet Ronaldo and Messi somehow managed it. Managers changed. Tactics changed. Teammates came and went. Entire generations of players rose and fell. Yet Ronaldo and Messi remained. Every season, they were still there. Every season, they were still competing. Every season, they were still setting new standards. Think about how difficult that really is. Staying motivated after one successful season is hard. Staying motivated after 5 successful seasons is even harder. Staying motivated after 10 years of winning everything is almost impossible. Yet Ronaldo and Messi continued finding new reasons to improve. They continued setting new goals. They continued chasing new records. They continued pushing each other forward, and that's why football may never see another rivalry like this. To recreate Ronaldo versus Messi, football would need two generational talents. Not one, two. Both would need to emerge at exactly the same time. Both would need to remain healthy. Both would need to stay motivated for more than a decade. Both would need to compete directly against each other. Both would need to win trophies, break records, and dominate football simultaneously. The chances of that happening are incredibly small. Modern football makes it even harder. Today's stars are spread across different leagues. Transfers happen more often. Teams change rapidly. The sport is more competitive than ever. Social media creates enormous pressure. Every mistake becomes viral. Every bad performance becomes a headline. Every controversy becomes a global discussion. Maintaining excellence has never been harder. Yet Ronaldo and Messi survived all of it while continuing to perform at historic levels. As time passed, both legends continued adding to their legacy. Ronaldo became the most prolific goalscorer football had ever seen. Messi completed football's greatest achievement by winning the World Cup with Argentina. Both players achieved things that many thought were impossible. Yet perhaps their greatest achievement wasn't any trophy or record. Their greatest achievement was existing at the same time. For years, football fans took the rivalry for granted. Seeing Ronaldo score incredible goals became normal. Watching Messi dribble past entire teams became normal. Seeing them break records became normal, but it was never normal. What football witnessed was extraordinary. One of these players alone would have defined an era. One of them alone would have been enough to dominate a generation. Instead, football got both. Two players, two legends, two completely different styles, two completely different personalities, yet both chasing the same dream, both fighting for the same place in history, both refusing to accept second place. Future stars will come, new legends will emerge, new records will be broken. Football will continue moving forward, but recreating the exact combination of talent, timing, longevity, pressure, competition, success, and global impact that defined Ronaldo versus Messi is almost impossible. That's why this rivalry was special. That's why fans will talk about it for decades. And that's why football may never see anything like it again. The truth is that Ronaldo versus Messi was never just about football. It was about greatness. It was about ambition. It was about two players refusing to let the other get ahead. It was about a rivalry that pushed both men beyond every limit anyone thought possible. They didn't just dominate football, they changed it. They raised standards that future generations may struggle to match. They created memories that millions of fans will never forget. And in doing so, they gave the world the greatest rivalry the sport has ever known. That's why Ronaldo versus Messi wasn't simply a battle between two footballers. It was a once-in-a-lifetime event, a perfect storm of talent, timing, competition, and greatness. And that is exactly why football may never see anything like it again.